I'm watching the opening, Kevin. I'm wondering if a vehicle has to be changed.
No, we never had a red Mustang, so we always. I had the black Mustang for 18 years.
Right.
And then I got rid of that, and I got that white 5.0. But yeah, I did. On Saturday, I bought a 74 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. So
maybe we're in the Mustang and we're being pursued, high-speed pursuit by the Cadillac Eldorado with a "fuck Biden" flag coming out of the back of it. Look at
unbelievable
that animation. I saw the car. I was very impressed. I guess Tamara was doing some of the action shots for you there in the car behind you there.
Yeah, Tamara was following me.
Slow rolling it.
It was funny that nobody, because the minute she sent it, I said, "Oh, we're going to get heat because you're driving the S-Class." She said, "You can't tell I'm driving S-Class." I said, "You can't if you don't know what a Mercedes fucking hood ornament is."
And I caught it on the steering wheel, too.
Yeah, I'm just like, I said, here we are, and 93% of the haters are telling me that I'm out of touch and I'm out buying 50-year-old fucking convertibles.
That's such that's like a fucking, you got to do the arm out the fucking deal, right?
No, you got to pimp. You got to have the arm and you got to lean. So you got the right lean. I'm left-handed, so I drive left-handed. So I lean into the armrest. You got to, because that motherfucking, the back of that chair hits me about where this M is. If I was to hit something, man, I'd die.
What color's the interior? What is
red.
It? Red leather?
Yeah, red leather.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So is there like a network of like, how you come across classic cars?
Well,
there must be like
you can
app or something.
There's a site that I go on a lot called Bring a Trailer, and you auction. They have auctions for all kind of different. Like you just punch in, 70s Eldorado convertibles, and then when one comes up, they'll have it'll come up as a feature vehicle, and they'll have a rundown. They'll show pictures. There's usually a start, and then they'll do when it takes off. The guy will take the car for a little spin, and so I've done those, and I won one of them. It was a 68.
Oh, there it is. That's the site then.
Yeah,
right there. So you searched specifically for that model. Why that one, I wonder?
I had a 75 at one point in my life. I had
and this was a 7, and which one?
This is a 74.
Similar enough in body?
Oh, yeah, same, just pretty much the same car. Now, there's a master builder out in Albuquerque that does Cadillac engines, and this has one of those in it. So this engine's got headers. Like I think a stock 74 Eldorado, I want to think is 210 horsepower, and this is around 430, 450 horsepower.
So can you just change? What else do you have to change when you put that much horsepower in it? There it is.
Everything, drive.
You got to up. It's not just the engine. You're upgrading everything to be able to handle that kind of horsepower. That's the whip right there. If you're watching us.
Yeah,
That's totally fucking Billy Bats in the trunk, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mom, I'm gonna borrow this knife.
Yeah. Remind me. We'll bring it back. Yeah, because I got to the pour. I can't leave it. It's a sin. So now, that's a fucking boat. Where are you putting that in the?
Oh man, it. So I didn't realize it. I don't know what that thing is. If inches wise, I want to think that it's 217 inches. Is that? Somebody want to look that up? See what a 74 Eldorado is in length. But I didn't realize until because the Bronco was in that spot where the Eldorado is, and I moved the Bronco Saturday down to here because I've got a registered spot underneath.
How long are we holding on to the Bronco, Kev? Seriously,
I'm thinking about like taking the top off it, putting on like a heavy duty roll bar, and then making the entire interior marine grade, like a boat. So we just have a bimini top on it, And that way, like my wife likes to paddleboard, so she could use it to take the paddle boards.
To haul the
Yeah, to haul the paddle
uh
boards because she's
right.
got big. They're big fucking.
She
I
can't
don't know
put that
what
on
they're.
her car. And
No, she can't put it
how
on.
does she get it out there now?
Usually we just put them in the back window of the Bronco. Put the window down, and the Bronco's got 4 bucket seats, like 4 captain. Like it's got 4 Recaros in it. So you put the back 2 seats up, and then but you put the board in the middle of all of them. So that's what we do now. And I could do it where I could build a rack on the side of it, like just a thing that you could slide it into on the side of the
Oh,
Bronco.
that's what I thought you were describing. No, you're talking
Yeah, no,
about.
I'm talking about this car. This Bronco will be completely. It'll be like a boat. The interior of it will be like the same as you would like a 27-foot Chris Craft. So if it rained, you just wipe it down with a towel, and then you just put the tail end down and shove the boards in to wherever you want them, and then just bungee cord them down.
224 inches soft.
224. It's 224, and I think the S class is 209.
Are they really that close? I would not have guessed
Yeah,
that
S class is 209.
there's 15 inches difference in the two cars.
Yeah.
You know what? 15
15,
inches is a lot.
15 inches from the from the fucking crack.
Absolutely, you measure.
Yeah, from the taint.
Yeah,
That's 11 soft and 4.
+4, right?
Plus
Exactly.
4.
So you're gonna have to leave. You have to leave the Bronco down there. There's no way you're getting all that.
Yeah. So what I'll do tonight is when I leave here, I'll start the Bronco up so I keep that battery. Like yesterday, I took the Eldo out, and the guy had it on a slow trickle, but I didn't put it on a slow trickle when I brought it home, so it sat all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then I worked out, and then came home, and I said, and the gas gauge is fucked up on it, so I don't know how much gas is in it, and I said, let me just take it up to the Sunoco on Beachside, and I was just going to take it. That's probably like 3 miles up, and then I took it beyond that, and I went up to is that Silver Beach, right? Yeah, I guess that's Silver Beach. I went Silver Beach, and then I went Peninsula back home down the River Road, and I stopped by my buddy Joey's, and I turned it off, and the motherfucker wouldn't start.
That ever happened before?
No, this is the first time I drove the thing.
Oh, you're talking about the Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Oh, I think you meant the Bronco. Okay.
No, this is a Cadillac. This is yesterday.
Oh,
I got this fucking, and everybody and Joey lives on a corner, and he Airbnbs this house all the time. So it's a doll of a house, and it's a short little walk to the ocean. And there's a 4-way stop right there. And that's the back road of everybody that lives on Beachside that doesn't want to, especially at that time of the day, you don't want to fuck with the people that are leaving the beach. Because then you got the 20-mile-an-hour crew driving up and down that motherfucker. This is like Cardinal's one of the back roads that you take. And you got a lot of stop signs, but I'll take stop signs over a fucking somebody with no turn signal any day. And so this thing's now parked due south in front of his house on the corner. And everybody's going by going, "Sweet Aldo, man, what year is that?" And I'm like, yeah, the motherfucker don't turn. It's sweet looking, isn't it? Yeah. But
what was so now?
So Tamara had to come last night and bring the Mustang
Mm.
because it's got heavy duty jumpers. Because to jump the Bronco, you got to have heavy duty jumper cables. Yeah, it was an ordeal. We got home last night around 9 o'clock, and Tamara ate before she came down, and then I came back and we watched the Olympics and
So now it just needed a jump.
Yeah, it needed a jump, but it was fucking the battery was just dead, so it wouldn't. And because it's built and it's not a normal engine, the starter and everything is so much upgraded because of the engine up. So You're basically, I think
Exactly.
I'm going to have to, like the guy that owned it, he passed, rest in peace. The guy's name was Mike. The guy that owned it, I don't think that, I think he put it on the trickle charge, like, and I don't think he drove it much. I think this thing's had 300 miles since the rebuild. So there's 300 miles on the engine, 300 miles on the drivetrain. And it looks like the interior's been completely redone because that there's no way that there's not a crack, crease, nothing on none of the leather. The only thing I can see is one of the cables on the over my shoulder. So looking out the front window would be over my left shoulder. There's a cable that goes up that pulls that part of the top down. It's got an electric top,
Mm.
and it looks like that nut is stripped out of there, so it pulls uneven. I mean, you could do it and then just stop and put it down the last 8 inches by hand.
See, you knew enough about this particular model that, like, it was an educated buy. You could look at this thing and know what's missing or
Well,
what
I mean,
hasn't been.
you never. I mean, it's been so long since. Number one, it bottom line is it's a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Like when growing up, man, we didn't talk about Mercedes and shit where I grew up.
No, the Caddy was
Yeah,
the
the Cadillac
status.
was yeah. And my uncle Glenn had a Cadillac. And I think he had, I want to say every 2 years he got a new sedan DeVille. And then as he got older, he got Coupe DeVilles, convertible Coupe DeVilles.
This is an education for everybody out there.
Yeah.
Monday
Oh shit,
morning.
man! Like all those Cadillacs
car
were
talk.
built down there at the Fisher Body Plant, right there off 75. That's where the Cadillac was made, right there.
Was that the one your dad was at?
No, my dad worked at Ford.
Oh, Ford. Yeah, yeah. Cadillac. It was It was Cadillac. What were the ones
Cadillac
that
is
came
a
out of the Cadillac
Chevrolet.
plants?
Cadillac is a Chevrolet.
Okay, Chevrolet Cadillac.
That's under the G. It's under the
G-
GM.
GM.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. So
All right.
it
See, I knew
was.
that. I don't know shit about cars. I knew that.
And then Cadillac is still it's still the flagship of GM, where Lincoln is the flagship of Ford. Lincoln doesn't even make a vehicle anymore. They just make SUVs. The only Ford automobile they make right now, if you take it, it's the Mustang. There's no other vehicle that's not
What
an
about
SUV.
so the Lincoln Town Car is over?
Gone. Oh God, long gone.
Oh, so we used to get driven home when I was.
That's it. How do you take? You're the marketing guy at Ford, and everywhere in the business world, it's called a town car service.
Yes.
I mean,
Or
you
black
get,
car. Black car was the other way.
but
to
it was
refer to
town
it.
car. It was
The model was a town car. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And all of a sudden, you just go, you know what? Let's just stop fucking making that. Let's just stop making like what you couldn't tool like an assembly line somewhere and make 50,000 of those because there's a lot of vehicles that they make nowadays, man, that don't sell 50,000 in a year.
I was going to say, even if it wasn't a popular consumer purchase,
Just fleet it.
in the industry, it was the
Unbelievable.
standard bearer.
But you know what the problem with that is? Those things were, and I want to think it's a 4.7 or a 4.8 V8 in those things, but those things are known to do half a mil. I've had buddies that had limo companies that got 700,000 miles on their town cars.
If you took care of it, yeah.
Yeah, so my wife doesn't sound anything like that.
I was going to say, I'm sure she'd
why did I give-
appreciate that
yeah, why
impression,
did I give,
which
why
was
did I give my
Miss
like
Piggy meets.
I was sitting there the other day, and I was just having a conversation with her about something, and she was taking plants from the trunk of the car out by the pool, and her mom were gonna plant them, and it was like, oh man, it was like 95 degrees, 90% humidity. I was sick from being outside. I tried to get some sun earlier in the day, and I decided I was going to walk on the beach, and I got about a mile and said, "Whoa, this ain't going to happen." I came back in, and I'm talking to her, and she's doing 10 things. And I said to myself, as she, with her demeanor and everything, I'm like, she's the sweetest human being in the world. I'm just thinking, man, she lost her son. She got stuck with me, and she fucking has a great attitude. Wow. And she's not religious. She's very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are like, what does that mean? I want to ask her. But whatever it is, man, it's a good thing because she's one of those people. I think I know her grandmother was a huge influence in her life. And her grandmother was a very classy woman, worked years and years in a textile plant in Troy, North Carolina area. And her grandmother died of lung cancer, was a smoker. But I think that her grandmother was one of those people that was, if you don't have anything nice to say about somebody, just don't say anything at all. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what she was brought up that way. 37 years of being around my fucking Detroit ass is
That's why
is
so many people say they want to hear the show where she shoots on the legend contractor, blah, blah. She
you
talks
know
about
what
her life with Nash.
eh,
She wouldn't, though. She wouldn't tell tales out of school. She's too much of a
no,
lady.
but at the same time, it's just like she says all the time, that's your shit. That's your like. You and I are not the same. Yeah, we're pretty close when we're on the telephone to each other. But it's more. You're a little bit more on when you're doing a show than you are just sitting in a car. It's just I don't have that. I'm not a performer. I'm me. I don't have, you know, I'm not going to be able to get excited over something. Or I'm not a storyteller. I'm like, didn't say you had to do the show, babe.